You might be looking in all the wrong places right now. Everyone's still chasing Solana memes and rotating into the big perp dexes like Aster and Hype, but one of the fastest growing sectors in crypto might be happening right under your very noses. It's the internet capital markets narrative powered by the Believe app and Launchcoin ecosystem. And whether you love it or think it's a gimmick, the truth is that billions of dollars of volume have already flowed through this space in just a few months. The smart money is already paying attention, and if you don't at least understand it, you could miss out on one of the craziest sectors of this entire bull run. So let's set the stage with some of the biggest headlines hitting the crypto markets right now. But there's one problem. I noticed only 20% of you are subscribed with bell notifications on, so if you want to catch these plays before the rest of the crowd, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. First, we just saw the UK carry out the largest crypto seizure in history. Police took control of over $7 billion worth of crypto linked to an ongoing investigation. That's not just a record number, it also shows how aggressively regulators and police are now targeting crypto-related cases. I mean, sure, some see it as necessary, but others call it another step towards the government overreaching, invading privacy, and controlling this space. All of those things are against what Bitcoin was created for as a whole. But either way, the UK government now has $7 billion worth of Bitcoin on their hands. Let's just hope they don't dump it. Then you have Tether's co-founder Brock Pierce making headlines in politics. He publicly urged New York City Mayor Eric Adams to stay in the race and even donated millions towards his campaign. Just another example of how crypto leaders are now directly influencing political outcomes. We have President Trump heavily embracing crypto and the SEC hiring Paul Atkins, who is notorious for his pro-crypto stance. For those of you who are new here, you would know this wasn't common a few years ago. But looking at how far we've come now, I can't help but be super bullish. And finally, Coinbase is running one of the craziest experiments we've seen yet. They're giving 12,000 USDT to a bunch of low-income residents in New York City. So let's hope they use those things for groceries, rent, and most importantly, buying our shitcoins to become our exit liquidity. But in all seriousness, if this experiment works out, it could prove stablecoins have real-world use cases and might become a bigger part of their government programs. The more exposure the average person has to stablecoins, the better off we are in the crypto space. But if these people do choose to buy some crypto with their stablecoins, they're going to need a good exchange. That's why I partnered up with MEXC, one of my personal favorite exchanges. They've got all the tools to quickly set up trades, whether it's spot or futures. They have a huge selection of coins, so some of your favorites are very likely to be on there. They're also currently doing their Welcome Fiesta event until October 13th, where you can sign up and trade to earn welcome rewards. If you trade 50 USDT of futures, you can earn 10 USDT back, and if you trade 500, you'll earn 20 back. On top of that, they're giving volume-based prizes like iPhones, Amazon gift cards, and even a Rolex. So check out the link in the description to join. Now let's bring it back to the bigger picture. These stories about regulation, politics, stablecoin expansion, and adoption are all signals of how fast the crypto space is growing. And underneath it all, new narratives are rising so fast that my videos can barely keep up. If you want my opinion, I think one of the hottest narratives right now is the Believe app under the ticker Launchcoin, as well as the ecosystem around it. Believe is a project built around tokenizing and growing ideas. It's basically a launchpad that lets users take their ideas and build a token, community, and business around them. The app itself is pretty simple, but that's not what I want to focus on here. The real beauty is in the ecosystem, with some of the coolest projects I've seen in a while being built on Believe. So let's talk about some of the biggest projects in the ecosystem right now. First, there's KLED. This one takes things in a different direction, focusing on health and data. The idea is very simple. People generate massive amounts of data every day through text, audio, images, documents, and more. So KLED wants to tokenize that and let you sell that data to AI companies directly. That might sound a little scary, but when you realize that companies like Facebook are already selling your data anyways, then you might as well get a cut from it. Unless you're someone who likes to stay completely private. But think of it like a marketplace where your content and data can become fuel for machine learning instead of it just being used for free by big tech. If it delivers, it could become a key player in the AI space. Looking at the charts for CLED, this is one of the largest projects in the Believe ecosystem by market cap. It was consolidating around the $10 million range all the way from June until the end of September. After that, it absolutely ripped, shooting up to a market cap of over $50 million, where it's now starting to correct and find its support levels. That's an insane jump, and it happened after the team released their white paper as well as a huge marketing campaign for their creator fund. So take a look.
What's up, guys? It's Nobo here from Love Live Serve. My good friend Avi just texted me that the CLED mobile app has officially hit the App Store. Now, I've been uploading some of my content on here, and I cannot describe how easy it is. I don't know how the wizards at the CLED team have done it, but shout out to Ellie, Avi, and everyone else. But the upload speed is literally almost instant, and it's one of the cleanest UIs I've ever seen. I've already made over $5,000 from uploading a chunk of my old content. I know Avi's put together a creator collective with literally hundreds of his closest friends, some of the biggest creators in the world. Gonna do everything in our power to make this succeed. It's gonna be a crazy few weeks.
From what I'm seeing, this definitely looks like one of the best projects in the ecosystem right now. But another name worth mentioning is Dupe, which taps into AI and e-commerce. The app allows you to paste in a product link, and Dupe will use AI image recognition to find replicas of that product for cheaper prices. Personally tried this on a few furniture items, and it works insanely well. Not just that, but their dupe.com domain and branding seems like it could easily go viral on something like TikTok, Pinterest, or Instagram. Looking at the charts, Dupe followed a similar trading pattern to CLED. It consolidated around the $10 million range from June until the end of September. From there, it had slowly dropped to around $4 million and then shot all the way up to a market cap of around $17 million before starting a bit of a correction. Although that's a crazy jump, it's still far from its previous all-time high of over $70 million back in May. So the upside potential for Dupe is still pretty strong. And finally, I have to cover Karma, one of the earliest attempts at building a true crypto native neobank in the Believe ecosystem. Unlike larger neobanks like Revolut or Cash App that bolted on crypto features later, Karma was designed from the ground up with Web3 in mind. It's built on Solana for speed and low fees, and it aims to be the go-to digital bank for users who want to bridge that gap between crypto and fiat. KarmaPay lets you keep your assets in your own wallet like Phantom rather than parking them in a bank, and from there you can swap stablecoins like USDC into fiat and send them directly to bank accounts in over 220 countries using things like IBANs in Europe or routing numbers in the US. So imagine being able to instantly convert USDC into euros and deposit it into a traditional bank account in minutes. That's the kind of frictionless experience they're trying to give us, especially since a lot of retail investors are starting to get tired of dealing with the headaches that come with Coinbase. The KYCs, questionnaires, account limits, and all the other nonsense can definitely get annoying. As for the Karma token, this one shot up from a market cap of $500K at the end of September all the way to $5 million by early October before correcting a bit. Although you should know that this is one that is probably the riskiest out of the three since it has the smallest market cap. That opens it up to some serious volatility. But just so you know, I did call this one early in my Discord along with a few other Believe tokens back in early September when they were way cheaper. So if you're interested in joining a crypto group that's ahead of the curve, you should definitely check out the FireHustle Discord. That's where I spend hours every single day fully immersed in crypto research. My team and I are constantly out there finding the biggest trends, market news, and technical analysis and sharing them with you all well before they hit the mainstream. If you're a regular viewer, you know that FireHustle was first to bring you the AI agent narrative that dominated the last pump. This cycle, we were early on new narratives like prediction markets, privacy coins, robotics, arbitrage, neobanks, and more. So if you're interested in joining, then check out wap.com/FireHustle. The link will be in the description down below. Now, to wrap this all up, the Believe ecosystem, Launchcoin, and internet capital markets are proving they're not just some short-lived gimmick. Billions of dollars in volume have already passed through these projects, and tokens like CLED, Dupe, and Karma are showing how wide the range of use cases can be. Whether it's monetizing data, reinventing e-commerce, or building the first real crypto native neobank, this narrative has serious traction. And like we've seen in DeFi and NFTs in past cycles, the earliest users and builders are the ones who usually get the biggest upside. At the end of the day, not every project will make it, Some will fade, some will explode, but the bigger story here is that internet capital markets are creating a new way for people to launch, fund, and scale startups and ideas directly on chain. That's something that the TradFi system has never allowed. And there are honestly so many good projects in this ecosystem that I didn't get a chance to cover, which is why I'll definitely be making more of these videos in the future. So if you believe in the long-term growth of crypto and Web3, it's hard to ignore what's being built here. And that's it for today. Remember, just because I'm covering these projects doesn't mean you should blindly invest. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research, manage your risk, and never put in more than you can afford to lose. If you want to go deeper with real-time setups, watch lists, and earlier plays like Karma before they pump, then check out our Discord linked in the description down below. And if you want more videos like this, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.